G'day. So this is Mark Fielding, and I've just unpacked the first Puxin light household biogas plant. These are all the parts that come in the box, and I'll go through them one at a time. But first thing is, if you're opening the box with a box knife like this, be very careful to do the sides first and then lift up the middle. Now it has got this plastic strip just under the top of the box because the gas bag, which is plastic fabric, is right underneath the top, and if you put the knife through that, then the whole thing's history. So this is there to protect it from your knife, but still take extra steps and lift up those flaps before you slice the tape off. Now, so this is the gas bag, and I'll be inflating that with air in the next video, which is part of the instructions of how to assemble the whole thing. But it's the digester bag and the gas bag all in one. Next to that we have the inlet pipe fitting with the hopper, and this is a stainless steel lid that goes on there. This is the outlet with a drain and a device for draining the whole digester if you need to. These stainless steel pipes are the structure that hold up the whole digester. We've got a gas pump there which is plugged in, and actually they sent me some adapters for New Zealand power plugs. This is gas line. There's some fittings. There's a repair kit for the bag. There's a gas outlet spigot. There's some taps. There's a pressure gauge. This is a dehydrator to take moisture out of the gas. There's some clamps here for holding the inlet and outlet spigots onto the bag. This is part of the outlet spigot. This goes on the outlet as well. It's anti-siphoning. It's to stop birds and whatnot getting in. These are some plugs for plugging the inlet and outlet while you're inflating it with air to start with. And this is the instructions for putting it all together. Oh, and I haven't shown you the stove. This is the parts list. Comes with it. And I'll get the stove out and show you that too. Okay, so this is the stove, Puxin. It's got a, push it in a little bit, and it's got a piezo clicker igniter. I've already hooked this one up with a bit of other hose to my other system just to try it out, and it works fine. Might have to click it a few times. If that fails, you just use a match. So this is the pot ring, and then there's a stainless steel ring to go on there. Underneath, it's just a cast iron fitting, and it splits between the middle ring and the outer ring. Pretty simple. There's no ventura, there's no jet. The gas just goes straight through to the stove or to the flame. So that's what you get, and the next video I'll show how it all assembles by following the instructions. Thanks for watching. So this is the bag sort of unfolded, and this is the gas outlet, and then you get this little bag with these two fittings, and this one just goes in here. Might want to use some thread tape eventually, and the brass one goes in there, and I'll do that and come back to you with the next segment. So the toolkit and repair kit has some Teflon tape which I have wound around the brass fitting about 3 or 4 times, and then I'm going to try and insert it into this fitting. Back to you soon. Okay, well, I got that. I think the plastic fitting thread was a pretty poor moulding, but I had to ease the threads with a knife and a hacksaw on the brass thread to get it to go together. So be careful with those fittings when you're putting them together that you don't cross thread them. It's a crucial fitting, and you've just got to take a bit of care to make sure it goes together properly. And don't forget a bit of the thread tape, although it's pretty tight. I'm not sure you need it. On to the next one. So I'm going to fit it now into the top of the gas bag. That goes in very easily, and I'm thinking that probably does need some thread tape, but for now, since we're just going to fill it with air, I'm just going to leave it finger tight. Okay, that didn't work, so I switched to airbed foot pump. Which seems to be working, but of course I've forgotten to block the inlet and outlet, which uses these two plugs here. So I've got to put them on, because air's just coming straight back out again. And yep, this is the outlet, so I'll do that and show you in a minute. Well, we're about halfway in. It's like the monster rising from the deep. Takes a bit of energy, but you can't have free energy for nothing. Well, that took a while. A couple of hours, I reckon, in total, blowing that up with a Lilo foot pump. It's one of these. About $15. And so I haven't got the steel frame in it yet. That's the outlet, which has got the plug in it. This is the inlet with the plug in it. It stands a good 6 feet tall. So now we've got to put in the steel frame and these bits. I had to add a longer bit of hose, otherwise I couldn't reach, and I put a tap on it, just inflating it a bit more. So the next step is putting the stainless steel frame in, and it comes with these connectors and some little feet, and so I'm going to put that, and they slot into these pockets on the bag. Back to you soon. Well, that was pretty tricky actually. Move that out of the way. What I ended up doing was using some dishwashing liquid detergent to smooth the way. I think maybe a little bit less air in the bag might actually be helpful too. But I'll see how the other ones go with some detergent from the start. Well, that made all the difference. I got that one in a few seconds with the detergent. So that's the trick. Okay, now I'm fitting the horizontal curved stainless steel bars. Bit of juggling, bit of pushing and shoving, but it's not too difficult. I'll do the rest now. Well, I got all these curved tubes in. It wasn't easy. One of them seems to be tighter radius than the others. You do have to use a rubber mallet, something like this, to persuade the pipes into the fittings as you go, and that would make it easier. But they're all in. This one looks like it needs a bit of persuasion there. Not quite perfect, but get there in the end. So here we have everything except the inlet and outlet, which is the next stage. Okay, the next stage is to fit the large clamp directly above the inlet. So I think I've got it there, and they provide an Allen key for doing up these screws for the clamp. You've got to push the bag out of the way to get the Allen key in there. Maybe I put too much air in this bag, I don't know. Can't do it one-handed, so I'll sign off. Okay, so, and you install the smaller clamp directly above the outlet, the same way with the Allen keys. This one's got nuts and bolts. Seems to work out. Okay, so I've got the top clamp on. Now it doesn't go around the small part of the pipe. From the pictures it goes around the large pipe, so you have to open the clamp quite a lot to get it on there. And then down here I'm just about to take out this plug and then fit this piece here. I'm not sure how. Maybe it goes onto that sleeve there. Yeah, so I've got the final piece on. A bit of detergent helped it to go on properly, and I've just taped up all the outlets and so forth so that the air can't escape, and shut the valve off, and then I'm pumping air back into it to put it back to its normal shape before I put it in the greenhouse and fill it full of water. So there we have a fully inflated, finished Puxin home biodigester. It's quite large actually, 2.65 cubic meters. Who's that there, hiding behind? It's a little pad one.